Good evening, everyone. It's Rabbi Akiva Males, and I hope that you're well. It's both an honor and a privilege to join you this evening as we pay tribute to a couple who has given so much of their time, energy, resources, and skills to the Margolin Hebrew Academy, and that is Noam and Dr. D Davidovics. Earlier this year in the Chumash class that I teach in the Cooper Yeshiva High School for Boys, we emphasized how important it is to do all that we can to make certain that our Jewish day school thrives. And the point where we saw this in the Parsha, we were learning Vayigash, was after Yaakov sends all the sons down to Mitzrayim to rejoin. Yosef has revealed himself as a ruler of the land. He has told them that he will provide for them during the remaining years of the famine. He sends Yehuda first, ahead of everybody else. And the Pasuk says the reason why Yehuda was sent first was Laharos Lefanav. What does that mean, Laharos Lefanav? Rashi provided us with two explanations. The second explanation based on the Medrash was Laharos Lefanav meant to set up l'sakein based Talmud. He should set up a house of Jewish education. Shemisham teitzei hara. That from that house of Jewish learning, that's where instruction, that's where teaching will emanate from. And what we clearly see from this is that all the preparations that Yaakov made in terms of setting the family up in Mitzrayim, nothing was more important, nothing was more valuable to him than ensuring that a house of Jewish learning would be established, because he understood the foundation of the Jewish community depends on that house of Jewish learning, on that base HaTalmud, and a place where genuine Torah education can take place. And that's why we're recognizing Noam and Dr. D Davidovics, because out of all of their responsibilities, and they each have many, they have made certain to volunteer significant amounts of their time and energies for the Margolin Hebrew Academy, because like Yaakov Avinu, they also recognize that in order for our Jewish community to survive, and not only survive, but to thrive, it's absolutely essential that our Torah Day School, our Margolin Hebrew Academy, excels in every way possible. Noam and Dina Davidowitz joined the Memphis Jewish community in 2012 when they moved here from Baltimore, Maryland. Noam's a native of Englewood, New Jersey, and Dina grew up most of her life in Miami Beach, Florida. I found an article that was printed in December of 2016 in the Memphis Jewish Scene. And in this article, it was December of 16, in this article, the editor had interviewed several volunteers in the Jewish community and asked them, what makes them thrive? What makes them tick? Where do they get this passion for volunteerism from? And I saw that one of the people that they interviewed, one of the excellent volunteers of our community, was Dr. Dina Davidowicz. And in answering that question, here's what Dina stated, and she clearly speaks for Noam as well. She said, I'm a physician and I work full-time as a pediatric palliative oncologist at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. I'm also a mother to 5 amazing children. Although my job is very demanding, I try very hard to balance my time carefully and set my priorities. I believe that giving up my time to my community is very important, and it is something I need to make time for, even when time is short. And volunteering for both the Young Israel as well as the Margolin Hebrew Academy, I believe that I'm not only giving to my community, but that I'm also teaching my children the importance of this mitzvah, which directly benefits them as well. What a beautiful way to express why volunteering for the Margolin Hebrew Academy is so important. And that clearly speaks for Noam as well. He is also incredibly busy with his technology jobs and all that he does. Yet both of them find an incredible amount of time. Dina, for years, volunteering on the MHA board, sharing the raffle, the sweepstakes, and in this past year with COVID, doing everything she could to serve on committees where she could bring her expertise to advise the school what they can do to best prepare to keep a safe atmosphere and to bring back in-person learning in the safest manner possible. Noam, even with all of his responsibilities to his employment in the technology sector, he also finds incredible amount of time to volunteer to the Margolin Hebrew Academy. And especially during this pandemic year and a half, Noam did everything possible to allow the school to transition into virtual learning and to make it safe when we eventually resumed in-person learning. We had brought in so many new technological innovations into the classroom to assist us in the classroom, as well as the children who were not yet able to return to the classroom, some of them for short periods of time and some for longer. Noam made this possible. Without Noam's incredible amount of sharing his skills, knowledge, and all of his skill set of technology with the Margolin Hebrew Academy, I do not think we could have made it through this very trying and challenging period. On behalf of a very appreciative community, I want to say thank you very much to Noam and Dr. Dina Davidowicz. We can't express fully just how appreciative we are and the thanks that we all feel to you. All we can do is say a collective bracha that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should reward you for the amount of time, effort, resources, and all of your knowledge that you've shared with the Margolin Hebrew Academy over the years, and especially during this past year and a half of pandemic. And may HaKadosh Baruch Hu see to it that your 5 beautiful children, Moshe, Ezra, Rafi, Meital, and Eli, they've all seen your dedication to the Margolin Hebrew Academy and to Torah institutions, just how important that is. Your deeds spoke much louder than words. May they all imbibe that lesson, take it to heart. It should leave, and I'm sure it has left an indelible mark on their neshamas, on their souls, and they should take your dedication to Torah chinuch, to Torah education, into their lives, and this should shape the people that they will certainly be. Mazel tov, and thank you so much.